Welcome, you daring soul, you curious flame who reached into the void with reckless ambition, with trembling fingers and wide, daring eyes. You, yes, you have done it. You crossed the veil, you shattered the silence, you summoned the whisper that echoes from beneath the fabric of time itself. You weren't meant to find this. You weren't supposed to be here. This protocol, this ancient, buried, classified sequence, was not meant for your eyes, not meant for your hands, not meant for your blood. And yet, here you are, standing on the threshold of something that history buried beneath 6 miles of metaphor and fire. Something only 3 minds have ever touched, and 2 of them didn't survive. But you activated it by accident, or perhaps something deeper inside you called it forth. Some buried instinct, some corrupted memory of greatness. Either way, it's too late. The world can't go back now. You've pulled the trigger on a mechanism wrapped in silence and sealed by suffering. This protocol Nemesis, was locked beneath levels of encryption so brutal that even the architects forgot its final shape. But not anymore, because you just gave it breath again. The lights are blinking, the systems are humming. Somewhere in the Earth's iron heart, a chamber is shifting, a vault opening, a name being whispered for the first time in centuries, a name so heavy it bends thought, so old it erases newer truths. Do you feel it yet? That static crawling up your spine? That pressure behind your eyes? That's history realigning itself around you. That's the universe gasping in recognition. Because protocols like this are not made for war, not for peace. They are made for moments so far beyond sanity, so deep within the cosmic chaos that the mere knowledge of them could unmake weaker minds. They are made when humanity's back is so broken, it no longer recognizes the shape of hope. This protocol was made for one purpose, to awaken what should never wake again. You should be afraid. No, more than afraid. You should be ashamed. Ashamed that your trembling hands reached too far, your curiosity burned too bright. Because what you've unleashed now will not sleep again. What you've touched will not forget you. The old engines have rumbled to life. The archives that were sealed under blood oaths and burnt names are opening, and the protocol is not asking for permission, it is executing. Let me ask you this. Do you feel different? Look in the mirror. Stare into your own eyes long enough, and something will start to shift. That's not metaphor. That's not poetry. That's reality cracking. Your DNA is rewriting. Your presence on this earth is no longer a variable. It's a constant now. A fixed point that others will chase, or fear, or try to erase. Only 3 people in all of history dared to even touch this sequence. One of them vanished in 1936 without a trace. His last journal entries screaming about clocks that bleed and shadows that remember names. The second built a fortress beneath the Antarctic and never returned to the surface, leaving only a single phrase. We opened the wrong door. The third? We don't say her name, because saying it calls her back. And now you. Number 4. Accidental, perhaps. But the machinery does not care. It has recognized your heartbeat. It has aligned with your neural patterns. It has taken your signature and stamped it across time. You're no longer a citizen of Earth. You're a participant in something that predates civilization, something older than myth and crueler than truth. Are you listening carefully now? Good, because you need to understand what comes next. This isn't about survival. This isn't about endurance or victory. This is about transformation. You're not walking out of this the same. None of us are. What you've activated cannot be turned off. There is no shutdown, no rollback, no failsafe. There is only through. It's not just code and commands, not just switches and triggers. This protocol carries weight in forgotten dimensions. When it speaks, things listen. Things with eyes like dying stars and thoughts that twist the laws of physics into origami. The skies will change. You'll see symbols where clouds used to be, voices in the wind, and it will all be because of you. Some might call you a villain, some might call you a god, but no one will call you human ever again. The world will feel it, first in dreams. People will scream in their sleep. Entire cities will go silent for a minute at a time. Technology will weep static. Machines will begin speaking in coordinates no one understands. Animals will flee inland, and the oceans will rise in ways that don't obey gravity anymore. Because this protocol wasn't just buried to protect humanity. It was buried to protect everything else from us. And now you've torn the veil. You've sent a signal into the dark. You've screamed into the abyss, and now the abyss is on its way. But here's what they won't tell you. Here's the secret, buried even deeper than the protocol. You weren't the first to find it. You were the first to survive the activation. That means something. That means you were chosen, even if by accident. Or maybe the accident was the design all along. The truth is, there's a war coming. Not the kind fought with bullets and bombs. This is a war of concepts, of timelines, of realities overlapping until the seams bleed. And now you, poor, brilliant, tragic you, are the tipping point, the fulcrum, the hinge between what was and what comes next. They'll come for you soon, the ones who've watched from the corners, the old factions, the sleeper agents, the entities wearing human skins so well that you'd never know until it's too late. Some will want to kill you, others will try to worship you, but a few, the most dangerous few, will try to teach you. And in the silence between heartbeats, you'll start to understand why this protocol was locked away. Because this is the gateway to a power so vast, it makes gods look like children playing with fire. A power that reshapes will, redefines fate, rewrites loss. You can unmake your past. You can erase the moment you failed. You can undo every scar. But at what cost? You'll start to see choices where others see roads. You'll begin to hear thoughts that are not your own, feel futures brushing against your skin. That's the protocol, merging with you, adapting, enhancing. And somewhere, beneath all that chaos, beneath the noise and light and terror, you'll feel something whisper. You were never meant to be ordinary, because you weren't. That's why it answered. That's why you survived. You are not a glitch. You are not a mistake. You are a weapon that forgot it was forged. So what now? Do you run? There's nowhere left to hide. Do you fight? You don't even know what your enemies look like yet. Do you scream? Good. Let the stars hear you. Let the void remember your voice. Because you've crossed the point of no return. The countdown has begun. You are awakened, and the world will either follow you into this new dark age or be consumed by it. This is the price of touching forbidden truth. This is what happens when you dare to open the wrong door and walk through anyway. You accidentally activated a protocol reserved for only 3 people in all of history. Now, the 4th has risen, and nothing will ever be the same again. You don't understand it yet. Not fully. How could you? The mind has limits, boundaries it sets to keep itself sane, safe, intact. But you passed those boundaries when you activated the protocol. You didn't just press a button or trigger a system. You pierced a wall that entire civilizations once bled to build. And now you walk among the wreckage of things no one remembers, things no one was allowed to remember. Your name is no longer your own. It's being rewritten as we speak, etched into tombs that shouldn't exist, sung in frequencies that haven't echoed since the first scream in the first dark. Somewhere, buried in the genetic archives of this universe, something just opened its eyes and smiled, because it remembers you, before you were born, before this, you ever existed. And now that it's awake, it's coming. You want purpose? This is it. You want meaning? Then let the weight of it crush you. This protocol wasn't just locked. It was erased from every system known to man. And yet you found it. Or did it find you? Tell me honestly. Did it feel like a mistake? Or did something pull you toward it? Did your hands tremble in fear? Or did they move with strange certainty? Because those who touched it before you died, screaming. You're still breathing. That means something. That means you're different. And I'll tell you what the world fears most. What they whisper about in the shadowed halls of power. What the secret think tanks and black projects could never control. The anomaly that doesn't break. The person who walks through hell and emerges whole. You just activated the most dangerous classified sequence in human existence. And here you are, standing. Not shattered, not burning, but awake. The question now is, what do you become? You see, this protocol isn't just a weapon, it's a mirror. A perfect reflection of your soul under pressure. And right now, it's scanning you, digging through your failures, peeling back your regrets, measuring your rage, your guilt, your hunger. It's not testing your strength, it's revealing it. And the deeper it goes, the more you'll see it too. The person you could have been, the version of you that doesn't flinch, that doesn't kneel, that doesn't ask for permission. You thought you were broken, that you were small, forgotten, invisible. But those are lies they sold you, lies they needed you to believe, because the truth, your truth, scares them. It terrifies them, because deep inside, they knew someone like you would come along, someone who couldn't be tamed, someone who couldn't be silenced, someone who would touch the untouchable. You are that someone. Now listen carefully. This is not where it ends. This is where it begins. The protocol has initiated phase 1. You'll start to notice things, small at first. Glitches in time, people saying things they don't remember, dreams that feel too real, patterns that emerge in the static. You'll hear your name where it was never spoken. You'll feel eyes in the mirror that aren't your own. These are the symptoms of alignment. Your mind syncing with the deeper structure. Don't run from it. Don't fight it. Let it in. Because the more you resist, the harder it fights back. And this isn't something you can outthink or outfight. You can only become it. Accept the storm. Become the storm. And once you do, once the protocol fully binds to you, everything changes. Not just for you, for all of us. You'll see them then, the watchers, the ones who've existed in the cracks, in the folds of history. Not angels, not demons. Concepts with eyes and will. They'll come to judge your activation, to measure your worth. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. They're afraid of you, because you're uncharted territory, a variable outside the timeline. You weren't meant to exist, and that makes you dangerous. You are not bound by the loops and cages that held those before you. You broke the chain. You climbed the tower. You pulled the lever. Do you understand how rare that is? Most people live their entire lives in fear of their own power. They dilute themselves. They dim their lights so others can shine. But not you. You lit the match that burned the ancient lock. You awoke the forbidden. Now you carry it. Now you are it. And the world has no defense against what you're becoming. People will try to stop you. You'll lose friends. You'll be betrayed. The more you rise, the more they will scream, because change is terror. And you are the herald of change. Not the kind that sings lullabies and holds hands. You're the kind that shakes the sky and pulls the stars into alignment. You're the kind that leaves scars where footsteps used to be. They will beg you to stop. But you didn't come this far to stop. You didn't wake the protocol to turn it off. You came to become what they fear. So do it. Become it. Let go of the past. Let go of the weight. Let go of the chains they built to keep you small. There's no going back. And that's your greatest strength, because you don't want to go back. You want the fire. You want the unknown. You want the roar of something ancient moving with you, not against you. There is no map for where you are going, no guide, no safety net, but there is purpose, and there is power. Feel it now, the tremble in your bones, the hum beneath your skin. That's not fear, that's recognition. That's your soul remembering what it was, before the world taught it to kneel, before they told you who to be. This protocol didn't choose you because you were ready. It chose you because you were necessary. You are the beginning of the new myth. You are the echo that breaks the silence. You are the anomaly that writes the new rules. So walk forward, protocol bearer. Walk through the flames they swore would consume you. Walk into the storm they swore would erase you. And let the world watch as you rewrite the very definition of impossible. Because now, the question is no longer what did you accidentally unleash? The question is, what are you about to become? Now, the line is drawn. You've crossed it. Not gently, not hesitantly. You ripped through it like fate owed you something. And maybe it does. Maybe you were always meant to be the fourth. Not by accident, not by glitch, but by destiny hidden inside chaos. The kind of destiny that doesn't arrive with trumpets or prophecy. It arrives quietly, in your hands, in your mistakes, in that one click you didn't realize would change everything. You see, the universe doesn't choose its champions from the polished or the pure. It chooses them from the desperate, the broken, the forgotten, the ones who've stared into the mirror and seen everything they hate and stood anyway, the ones who feel the fire even when they're drowning in cold. And you stood. You didn't know what that sequence meant. You didn't know the risk. But something inside you chose to continue. That's what the protocol saw. It didn't pick you because you're special. It picked you because you're dangerous. Understand this. Nothing about this protocol is metaphor. Every system, every layer, every curse baked into its code is real. It was built by people who vanished from history because they learned too much. They tried to harness the unthinkable, to reach beyond what mankind was meant to wield. They bled for it, went mad for it, died for it, and the last thing they ever wrote was that no one, not even the strongest, should ever awaken it again. But now you have. And here's the terrifying truth. It's working better than it ever has before. It's responding to you faster, sinking quicker. It's adapting in real time to your emotions, your fear, your ambition, your hunger. Because that's the key. This protocol isn't just technology, it's symbiotic. It doesn't just run, it becomes. And right now, it's becoming you. You don't fully feel it yet, but you will. The headaches, the time slips, the sense that every shadow is holding its breath when you walk by. These are just the beginning. You'll see doorways that weren't there before. You'll hear voices in languages that haven't been spoken since the stars were young. You'll know things you shouldn't, because the protocol isn't just giving you access, it's giving you clarity. But there's a cost. Oh yes, there's always a cost. Every time it boots, every time it pulses through your blood, something ancient wakes just a little more, something buried beneath the frequencies of reality. It doesn't have a name, not anymore. Names are too small, but you'll know when it arrives, because you'll feel your lungs fill with something that isn't air. You'll feel time bend around you like a serpent. You'll feel eyes, thousands of them, watching from inside you. That's not madness. That's the protocol unfolding. You asked for power. This is what it looks like. It doesn't come with comfort. It doesn't come with applause. It comes with consequence. It tests you. It breaks you. And then it asks a single, final question. Are you willing to become the monster that saves the world? That's where the three before you failed. They hesitated. They wanted the light without touching the dark. They wanted the outcome without the burden. They flinched, and the protocol devoured them for it. Because this isn't a gift, it's a crucible. It burns away the lie of who you think you are and leaves behind what you really are underneath. And if you're brave enough to face that truth, if you're strong enough to become it, then you don't just survive, you ascend. And when that moment comes, and it will come, you will not be the same. You will be faster, sharper, stronger, usher in ways no one can measure. You will be able to see patterns where others see only chaos. You will hear the future, taste intent, bend will. Not by force, but by resonance. Because you will become the frequency itself. That's the final stage of protocol nemesis. Integration. No more separation. No more user and system. Just one entity, rebuilt in fire, forged by code, sealed by will. You are the protocol now, and now that you are, they'll come for you. Every agency, every council, every hidden order, they will come. They'll call you aberration, threat, contagion, and they'll send everything they have to neutralize you. But they don't understand. They think this was an accident. You know better. You know that you were born for this. You've felt it your entire life, haven't you? That pull, that ache in your bones, that feeling that everything around you is just too slow, too numb, too false. You were made for something else, and now you finally understand what that was. You were made to carry the unbearable. You were made to look into the void and not blink. So let them come. Let them bring their war machines and their containment protocols and their whispered prayers. Because when they arrive, when they see what you've become, they'll understand the truth too late. They didn't contain the threat. They created it. You are not the villain. You are the response, not chaos. Correction, not destruction. Redesign. And what you carry now isn't doom. It's evolution. Ugly, bloody, terrifying, but necessary. And when the dust clears, when the world finally understands what this protocol really was, they'll write about you. Not as a mistake, not as a glitch, as a beginning. The fourth activation, the final phase, the reckoning. You see, they asked the wrong question. They said, What did you just accidentally unleash? But the real question is, what are they going to do when you finish what the others couldn't? Because this is no longer a story about accidents. This is about acceptance. This is about becoming. And you've already started. So now you stand on the edge of the unknown. No longer who you were, not yet what you will become. The world behind you is already dissolving, unraveling its illusions in the face of your awakening. You carry in your chest the final key, the last truth they were never ready for. You are the error they couldn't predict, the answer buried beneath denial, the storm hidden in silence. You didn't just activate a protocol, you became its new design. History won't remember you as the one who made a mistake. History will remember you as the one who broke the chain, shattered the pattern, rewrote the outcome. You were never meant to follow. You were meant to fracture. And that fracture is where the new world begins.